BP is the latest energy producer to report better than expected profits in the wake of soaring oil and gas prices. Joining us right now to talk more about it is Bernard Looney. He's BP's CEO. And Bernard, thanks for being here today.
Becky, good morning. Good to see you.
Good to see you, too. You know, on the underlying replacement cost profit, which is the number that most people look at, you did come in with better than expected numbers, $3.3 billion versus the $3.1 billion the street had been expecting. But when you look at the bottom line, that was the number that did take a significant hit, a headline loss of $2.5 billion because of what you all are calling a significant adverse fair value accounting effect. You want to explain that to us, what happened?
Well, I'll do my best. It's a very simple, well, it's probably not very simple, but it's an accounting complexity that means that on natural gas contracts and sales, particularly in LNG, we account on one side of the equation and we don't account on the other. So we mark the hedge to market, but we don't mark the portfolio to market. It's required under IFRS. It basically doesn't mean anything about what is actually happening, and what is actually happening is the underlying performance, which accounted for it on both sides. That's the $3.3 billion. That's a third quarter in a row where we've had strong results. It's another beat. Cash was also very strong, Becky, $6 billion. If you adjust for working capital, almost $8 billion of operating cash in the quarter. Net debt down for the sixth quarter in a row. And we just announced some more buybacks, $1.25 billion in the quarter, taking us to over $3 billion year to date. So overall, I think a great set of results.
I think so, too. Every number you mentioned was very strong. Every metric I saw throughout the report. That's why I'm wondering, why do you think the stock's off 2.5%? It was down by more than 3% earlier.
Well, we certainly don't try to manage the company on hour-by-hour or day-by-day stock price. I think yesterday was a very strong day in the market for BP. So, look, we're looking over the long term. I think if you look at the stock year to date, you'll see the performance that is there. I think investors increasingly buying into the strategy of the company. And our job, quite frankly, Becky, is just to perform each and every quarter. We call it performing while transforming. It sounds a bit boring, but quite frankly, we like that. Reliable execution, predictable execution. We've got the dividend now on a 4% growth trajectory at $60 oil. We've got buybacks that we think we can do about $1 billion a quarter. That's $4 billion a year at $60. If price is higher, oil price is higher, that will be even greater. So I think the financial framework is clear. The strategy is clear. The investor proposition is clear. I think investors now see it's beginning to work, and that's what we're hearing from them.